I'm so glad that everybody's here, and I'm glad that the Broadway Rose was able to do this. We're not doing a show. You can see part of the set here because we're doing Stephen Sondheim's Company, and this is actually the first show of our 26th season here in Tigard. So, thank you. So, I know you noticed the red carpet out front, and we have a big movie screen here, so I wonder what's going to be on that. And but with that, I thought it just seemed appropriate, and since I'm the boss, that I would go ahead and open with actually a musical theater number. Now, you won't be able to see him because Jeffrey Childs is in the pit behind this screen. So let's hope this all goes well, shall we? So whenever you're ready, Jeffrey. Follow me down the aisle of the Grauman's Chinese Theatre, a colossal architectural sensation. From the plush of your seat in the Grauman's Chinese Theatre, life can be as plush as your imagination. So if pure entertainment's your style, follow me, I have two on the aisle. Need to relax, need to escape. Go see Fay Ray in the paw of an ape. Watch Errol Flynn shooting his bow. Just go to the movies, just go to a picture show. Oh, when your morale needs some repairs, watch Busby's Beauties descending the stairs. Hundreds of girls doing high kicks. Just go to the movies, just go to the flicks. And all for the sum of a quarter. Life is peachy, you can become Alice Faye or Donna Michi. Swamped with your bills, late with your rent. Watch Betty Davis run out on George Brent. See Fred Astaire stepping in style. When everything's dark and upset, go calling on Clark and Claudette, and go to a marvelous movie and smile. Girls in sarongs, monsters in capes. See Scarlett make a dress out of the drapes. Life can be grand from the third row. Just go to the movies, just go to a picture show. Oh, Cooper in Wings, Crawford in Rain. See Tarzan beat his chest when he meets Jane. Sing with Dick Powell, ride with Tom Mix. Just go to the movies, just go to the flicks. Vicariously, you are flying down to Rio. Share the marquee with Mrs. Marx's zany trio. So when your life seems a bit lean, just let some shadows appear on the screen. Shine like a star for a brief while. Whenever you're down in the dumps, try putting on Judy's red pumps and visit a gun-toting Sharpie, a moth-eaten harpy, a dangerous beauty, a Cupid, a cutie, an ancient High Llama, a high-stepping mama. Just go to the movies and smile. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That's an old Jerry Herman tune, and since the theme tonight, you saw the red carpet, and we're going to be showing a film, and we had Oscars in mind, I thought that might be an appropriate song to sing. So thank you. Okay, so now we're going to continue with our program. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Tim Goodman. Tim Goodman is from Comcast Cable and Director of Government Affairs, and he is one of our sponsors of this address tonight. So please welcome Tim Goodman.
What a great crowd tonight, good-looking crowd. Mayor Cook, you were looking especially dapper this evening. It's good to be here. You know, I missed this last year because I had a last-minute trip to Washington, D.C., so I didn't get a chance to really roast you. So I kind of saved that up for this year. So I do have 4 pages of notes. I really do. And so my assistant put this in font. She thought 28 font would be big enough. I'm kind of vain. I don't want to wear my reading glasses, but obviously I do. So I'm worse off than I thought. So anyway, I'm going to read some of this. I'm probably going to go off script a little bit and hopefully won't keep you here very long. On behalf of Comcast and NBC and the Universal family of over 2,000 employees in the region, it's an honor to be here and sponsor this for the city of Tigard, and as we did last year. And also we, along with our 300 plus employees at the Tigard Business Center, a lot of you may not know that we have a business center over in the Tigard Triangle that we just opened a couple of years ago, and all of our professional, like engineers and things like that, work out of there. So it was a nice addition and be able to provide some employment here in Tigard. So this event's somewhat important to me because, one, Mayor Cook, over the last 5 years, 5.5 years I've been with Comcast, has become a friend as well as the mayor of Tigard. So it's nice, you know, to get to know these folks in a way where it's not all business. But also because I'm kind of a quasi-resident of Tigard. Mayor Cook and I have debated this. I live in unincorporated Washington County on Bull Mountain. So Commissioner Rogers, I think you're around here somewhere. So you're actually my elected representative. My kids, all 3 of them and I, all voted for you last spring. So I'm sure that probably our family put you over the top, just us. So anyway. And so my argument to John about my being a resident of Tigard, I mean, I should be able to vote for the mayor, you would think. I mean, I live like literally 2.5 miles from here, I think, something like that. Is one, my bank is in downtown Tigard. I shop at the Tigard Costco. The Starbucks on 99 with a drive-through, usually every other day. I pay this humongous water bill every month to the city. And then I'm a sole parent, so I have 3 kids, and I have identical twin daughters, and one of them, they just turned 21, and they've taught 1 to 10 bar at Buster's Texas-style barbecue, which I think is in Tigard. So I think, you know, so that counts as well. So with all of that said, I'm kind of a Tigard resident. I should be able to vote, you know. Anyway, just saying. So, Dan, how much time do I have?
Not much.
Okay. All right. Well, I think with the amount we paid for the sponsorship, I should get at least an hour. So, and by the way, Mayor Cook, seriously, by the time I pulled into the parking lot and got here, it rained like 4 inches. No valet parking? Seriously? I mean, and we were debating, okay, do we want to do this or do we want to buy the 30-second ad of the Super Bowl? I mean, it's about the same price. It's like, anyway. And then Mayor Cook, he does things a little differently when it comes to requesting sponsorships. Normally, I'll get like an email or something, hey, can we meet for coffee, you know, from like Tualatin or Beaverton or Hillsborough, somebody like that, or Sherwood. And you know, and we'll meet and we'll talk about what they want, and then they'll come up with a plan and send it to us. Mayor Cook, he sends us a flippin' invoice without even talking to us. And at the bottom it says if not paid in 30 days, they're going to shut off for flipping water. So seriously. Anyway, no other mayor operates like that. And I do have a couple questions for you, Mayor Cook. So, are you a Comcast customer? For those of you, he said no. Okay. So I'm not sure why we're even doing this sponsorship. Except I don't know if Councilor Snyder is here tonight, but he's a longtime loyal customer. I think Commissioner Rogers is, so you're kind of riding on their coattails, so to get the sponsorship. So anyway, and I have one more question, something that you probably don't remember talking to me about is, since the city of Beaverton and Portland have both declared themselves as sanctuary cities, are you still considering building the wall between you and them and having them pay for it? Okay. All right. So, on a serious note, this event is an Oscar Hollywood-themed occasion, so it would seem appropriate for someone to make a political statement. Since I'm up here, my employer paid for the refreshments and food and things like that, I think it's appropriate that I be able to make a political statement. All right. So I hope I can get this out and it makes sense. And I may even get emotional because sometimes I get this way. That's just kind of how I'm wired. So it seems like every day, you wake up and we're being bombarded with all this news on television and newspaper and internet and radio, no matter what your political affiliation. And it's like, it's to the point where I really don't want to watch TV, watch the news, or go on the internet and so on. But isn't it refreshing to live in a place like Tigard, or Sherwood, or Tualatin, or Beaverton, or Hillsborough, or Washington County, and all these other cities around here, where the mayors and the city councilors and the county commissioners and the metro councilors seem to put those political affiliations aside and do what's best for the community. And to you guys, thank you. So, thanks for putting up with my humor tonight, and glad we could be a sponsor and a partner with the city of Tigard, and John as a friend, and I guess I don't know what I would be, a business relationship. You do a great job, and I appreciate your friendship.
And now it's with great pleasure that I'm going to introduce to you the mayor of Tigard. John Cook has worked with the Broadway Rose since we started 26 years ago. The Cook family were one of the first families that we met when we came here to start this theater company. And John has been an advisor as an accountant with John Cook CPA. He's been so helpful with me in particular with our budgeting and actually both sets of books. So we really appreciate all the help that John has given. So it's really with great pleasure that I introduce to you our mayor, John Cook.
Thank you, Dan. I actually told you not to mention that other set of books. And Tim, thank you, but I don't know what NBC would think if you're actually buying an ad on Fox, but so that's the humor for the night. We're done. I want to thank everybody for coming. It's unbelievable. The crowds have gotten bigger every year, and just to actually have all of you here and support the city, I think it's great. So I appreciate that. I'm going to announce a few people. I want to thank, first of all, the Police Department Honor Guard, Officer Gabriela Schweitz and Officer Megan Lynn. I thought they did a great job. So I want to introduce a few people, and unlike what Dan said, I would like you to please hold your applause till the end. So first we have our Tigard City Council. Council President Jason Snyder could not be here tonight due to a work conflict, but we have Councilor Mark. As I say your name, you can wave your hand or stand up, your choice. Councilor Mark Woodard, Councilor John Goodhouse, new Councilor Tom Anderson. He's 5 weeks on the job, so welcome. And we have State Representative Margaret Doherty. We have our Metro Councilor Craig Dirksen. We have our County Chair Andy Dyke from Washington County. And we had Commissioner Roy Rogers from Washington County, but he had to head off to a work issue. But he said he was sorry to leave early, but I want to take a moment to thank him and Washington County for the support that they've given us. Not everybody realizes all the time what we do together with them, but there's a lot of city-county transportation projects underway in Tigard right now because of Washington County. So there's a little road in front of Fowler called Walnut Street. You might have driven through a few bumps lately, but Washington County is actually paying for that, so we want to thank them for that. And when it's all done, you guys are going to have great sidewalks and bike paths and safe routes to get to the school. So, that's a big key. And then up the street a little bit on 135th and Walnut right now, they're putting in a signal. And so I don't know if any of you, I actually avoid the area. I was going to go to Albertsons tonight, but I'm like, no, it's 5 o'clock. I'm not going that way. So there's certain times of the night I will not drive down 135th or Walnut or anywhere in that area. Rush hour is terrible. So this light that they're putting in, we'll have it working here in a little bit. That's going to alleviate a lot of that and help the flow go through there. So we really want to thank Washington County for everything they do, but they help us a lot in transportation areas, but in other areas also. We have the Durham Mayor, Gary Sciarotto. We have Forest Grove Mayor, Pete Truax. We have Gordon Hovey from Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue Board of Directors. And we have Kelly Horvath she's our district representative for Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici. And then, not the script, and sometimes I'll go off script a little, but I would like to introduce, sometimes I forget, and that's not really good. So actually, the kids don't always know this, but I don't run the city. I'm a volunteer like everybody else. The difference is the person that actually runs the city is our city manager, and our city manager, Marty Wine. So that was for Marty. Now we'll give one to everybody else that was here. So good evening, and everyone who will see this on social media and on television, welcome. It's great. I'm glad so many of you made it here tonight. I'd like to thank our wonderful hosts, Broadway Rose, and MC Dan Murphy. And like Tim, I will not sing either. Good. I hope that this won't be your only visit to the theater this year. Their shows are really top-notch. Like Dan said, I got involved in about year 2. I did meet them in year 1. I became on their advisory board in 25 years ago, in season number 2. But, I sat at a board meeting one day, and Dan said, I said, I don't know anything about theater. I said, I don't know the shows you're talking about. I don't know anything. He said, well, there's 2 things. One, you can help us vote on which show that will come. And I said, okay, the one that I know the most songs in is the one I'm going to vote for. And then second of all, he goes, if you want to earn major points with your wife, buy season tickets. 25 years now we've had season tickets. So if you have never been to a show, and I talked to a couple of you outside that had never been, come. Experience it. It's unbelievable. You can get dressed up. You can wear what you're wearing now. You can do whatever you want. But it's a lot cheaper than driving downtown. There's still good restaurants around here we can have. And so you can still come to a show without heading downtown. They do a great job. Very, very professional. So Dan and his wife actually moved out here after they realized how nice Tigard was. And once they had their daughters, they decided they wanted to raise them in Tigard versus going back east each year. So show up for their shows. Again, I'd like to thank Tim Goodman and Comcast for their generous support of this event. And it's sort of the way I did it. I sort of sent him an invoice, but I sent him a text first, and I said it's coming. So, the state of the city is my opportunity to share news and many accomplishments and exciting projects that are underway in Tigard. I feel very fortunate to serve as Tigard's mayor and witness the progress we have made this year. The city of Tigard is as strong as it's ever been. A year ago, I stood at this event and invited you to get involved in helping build a thriving and healthy and innovative future for our city. And in 2016, we took great strides towards that. By sticking to the vision and the goals we have made, our city council and our Tigard residents and business are in process of doing that. Although I plan to tell you about our state of the city and recent accomplishments, it's the future I'm focused on. If you glance around the room, you'll notice our future. We have great kids from our Tigard Youth Advisory Council. We have kids from our local schools. We have members of our business community. We have city volunteers. We have state leaders and residents. And each one of you make contributions to the livability and prosperity of our city. I think you'll see what I mean in tonight's feature film, Tigardians of the Galaxy. Listen closely to the new lyrics in the song Hooked on a Feeling during the closing credits. I'd like to offer a tremendous thank you to Tigard High School Choir Director Robert Hawthorne, who is here tonight. And the very talented students of Correlation, an a cappella group of 24 students who wrote, arranged, and recorded the new version of the song just for tonight's show. So at the very end of the credits, listen closely to the words. I also would like to applaud the fantastic achievements of Kevin Howard and the TVC artists who produced this film. I watched it for the first time yesterday, and it's amazing what they can do. They even make me look all right on screen, so it's amazing. So all I can say, Dan, is roll it.
We picked up these 5 on Main Street. Check out their stories. Clifford Roan. He's a member of the city's budget committee. Since the city's budget committee was first formed, it's been responsible for deliberating the proposed budget submitted by the city manager and sending the approved budget to the city council for adoption. Callista Fitzgerald, Planning Commission President, plays an integral role in the growth issues of the city. Commission's responsibilities include advising the City Council on implementing the comprehensive plan and reviewing some development projects and code provisions. David Hanna, Neighborhood Involvement Committee, wants to help involve Tigard citizens in addressing neighborhood issues and strengthen the connections between the people and the city.
What the heck?
Holly serves on the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. She's been traveling around with David to encourage more people to get out and get involved. She also advises and advocates for park and recreation opportunities. Marquesa Calderon. She's also known as TIAC.
Who calls her that?
The Tigard Youth Advisory Council, mostly. She's involved in things like encouraging young people to volunteer and advising council on ways to build programs and activities that are important to youth. They call themselves the Tigardians of the Galaxy.
What a bunch of A is for awesome people. I want to talk to them. So you're the Tigardians of the Galaxy?
Well, we're some of them, sir.
Oh, you mean there are more?
Well, I'd say there are several hundred of us on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, that's about right. And the numbers go up every time we have events like Family Fest or movies in the park.
Or there's a new development or other interesting item on the agenda.
And actually several thousand who stay connected with what's going on in the city through the website and social media.
So the Tigardians of the galaxy are essentially
All the people in Tigard.
Well, that's our ideal. We'd like everyone in the city to be connected and be involved in one way or another so they have a say in
what happens in our neighborhoods.
How we approach local development.
Maintaining and developing our parks and open spaces.
All while keeping an eye on the bottom line and making sure we provide excellent core services.
And you're all volunteers?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I really appreciate you stepping up and helping Tigard grow and reach our goals.
Well, Tigard is all of our city, so it's important to us, and we'd love to have more people involved.
So, what have you seen happening this year?
Ooh, pick me!
Okay, Holly, you're with the Parks and Rec Advisory Board, right?
Yes, and along those lines, we introduced a new Parks and Rec program this year, which is a great way to get people involved in the city of Tigard. We brought back the Family Fest, we had an egg hunt at Cook Park, we even had 2 movies in the park this summer.
which were cool, by the way.
Plus, the Public Works Department brought the new Lake Oswego Tigard Water Partnership online. This was the largest public works project in the city's history.
Nice. Callista, what have you seen this year?
There's not much that the Planning Commission doesn't see, Mr. Mayor. Tigard's been awarded millions of dollars in grants for the Main Street of Fana Creek and the Hunsicker projects. It'll really improve our business climate. And another grant for the Tigard Street Heritage Trail. It's going to make a beautiful public path that'll connect people to transit, businesses, and jobs. And of course, there's Atwell Off Main and River Terrace.
What's up with River Terrace?
There's people living there now.
Yes! Tigard's newest community is already growing.
Nice! How are we going to get these new Tigardians involved?
I believe I can help with that.
You're David, right? With the Neighborhood Involvement Committee?
Tigard has so many ways to get involved and connected. This year, we broadened our partnerships with local schools and parent organizations to strengthen our Safe Routes to School program, which won a $186,000 grant this year. Gone on the road to meet with residents in their neighborhoods at ice cream socials and council outreach events.
Held business roundtables, community meetings, and open houses for big projects like the Tigard Triangle.
Engaged families with activities like the Tigard Walks, a fun run, and volunteer events like tree plantings.
We've also increased our outreach with Tigard's growing Latino population and community roundtables with local nonprofits to share information and build stronger relationships.
So there are many ways to stay informed about what's going on in Tigard.
You bet, all across the city.
That's great!
Okay, this is really good stuff, but I figure it all comes at a price.
Everything comes with a price, Mr. Mayor. That's why we have a budget committee. We're here to make sure that we can preserve core services like these, maintaining roads and sewer systems, providing clean water, and ensuring public safety. We're also laying the groundwork to implement the city's strategic plan, which includes improvements to parks and adding more sidewalks.
That doesn't sound easy.
It's a challenge, but a worthwhile one, and we do it well. Tigard maintains a very good bond rating and has consistently clean financial audits. And what's even better, our open budget website lets the people see how and where their money is being spent.
Tiak, what's your take on all this?
Tigard is a great place to live, and a lot more people are starting to figure that out.
And your point is?
My point is that we, as a city, as a society, as people who care about and are invested in Tigard's future, are going to have to start having meaningful discussions about how we're going to expand our services to meet the needs of our growing and vibrant community. I mean, sure, some of it's things like code changes that will help us make the best use of the land we have, but there are also financial and social considerations.
Like affordable housing and building a greater sense of place and community.
Exactly. Quality of life and opportunities are why people and businesses come here. And we need people throughout Tigard to be informed about what we do and involved in helping to make decisions.
I couldn't agree more. We need volunteers like you and other Tigardians of the galaxy to help.
Whether it's by serving on a board or a commission.
Or volunteering for CERT, at events, at the library, in our parks.
Using social media tools to keep your neighbors informed or even just stay abreast of what's happening.
Thank you. Thank you all. This has been really inspiring. I just have one more question.
What is it, Mayor Cook?
May I join you?
Join us? Dude, you can lead us.
Now this is an awesome mix. What should we do next? Something good? Something great? A bit of both?
We'll follow your lead, Mayor.
Great things it is!
don't realize the opportunities. Volunteering at the library, there are also boards and committees. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing. Tigard's the place to be. What a place for families. There's so much to do. Movies in the park, family fest too. Safe routes to our schools and neighborhood programs. Homes are sprouting up now. People come round. Small businesses will have space to grow. There are grants now. Let everyone know. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing. Tigard's the place to be. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing. Tigard's the place to be. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing. Tigard's the place to be. Hooked on a feeling. I'm high
So I'd like to thank everybody for being here tonight. Many of you tonight have had a front row seat to the adventures and opportunities that we faced in the last year, and I want to thank you for your contribution and your support. First, I'd like to thank the cast, and there's a few of them out in the audience today, and I really appreciate those of you that took your time and effort to do that. It's amazing what they can do with productions, like I said. The person that wrote this and came up with the ideas is our new communications manager, Sharon Gavin. Next year, I plan to report on the great adventures of 2017. I know all of you will be involved, and that's encouraging and exciting. Thank you.